Welcome to Podkey Fantasy Football, where touchdown equity, draft structure, and roster context shape the board. A player can catch 80 passes and still lose a non-PPR matchup to the back, who gets 12 carries and the goal line work. That sounds obvious, yet plenty of draft rooms still import PPR assumptions straight into touchdown hunting formats. The old word standard obscures what this format actually rewards. Call it non-PPR or call it touchdown hunting. Catches carry no direct value, while yards, touchdowns, and scoring opportunity do. That shifts the evaluation from who collects targets to who is attached to points. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Kyren Williams, Javonte Williams, and Mike Evans all gain, because their paths to touchdowns can stay strong even when their reception totals are modest. Mike Evans, around 5.2 ADP, is the kind of anchor this format creates. His weekly profile depends heavily on touchdowns, which brings variance, though the historical red zone role makes that variance easier to accept than it would be for a low-volume deep threat. Derrick Henry at the end of round 1 follows the same logic. The upside case is clear. Elite rushing touchdown access. The trade-off is age, workload durability, and a profile with less reception insulation if the scoring dries up. Running back depth matters more here, because true workhorses remain scarce. A back with dependable goal line work can outrank a receiving specialist, though managers still need to distinguish actual red zone roles from vague hopes created by preseason depth charts. Quarterback environment matters too. Passing touchdown efficiency from offenses led by Brock Purdy or Jordan Love can lift their receivers and tight ends, but touchdown rates themselves can swing year to year. Team scoring volume is a useful input, not a permanent guarantee. Tight end becomes especially role-sensitive in non-PPR. George Kittle, Dallas Goedert, Travis Kelce, Tyler Warren, and Dalton Kincaid carry extra appeal when their offenses use them near the goal line. A reception-heavy tight end without red zone access has a much thinner advantage. Nico Collins offers a different kind of case. Excluding 2025 games where he played 18 snaps or fewer, his pro-rated pace was 140 catches, 1,513 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 156 targets. That supports a WR7-style ceiling based on per-route production. The missing context is why those low snap games happened and whether the surrounding offense can preserve that target load. The split strengthens the upside argument. It doesn't erase availability or environment risk. Stefon Diggs illustrates why role matters more than reputation. His slot rate reportedly rose to 52%, compared with roughly 25% earlier in his career. That short area deployment can support catch volume while reducing some downfield upside compared with a field-stretching role. A 9.1 ADP can be attractive if the role provides reliable usage, especially in PPR. In non-PPR, the question gets tougher. Where do the touchdowns come from, and how much yardage can he create without the deep targets? One-stat arguments deserve restraint. Demario Douglas reportedly beat Diggs in yards per route run last season, yet that alone doesn't settle player quality or future opportunity. Routes, quarterback play, coverage, health, and offensive design all shape the number. The same applies to prospect labels, slow 40 times, draft day slides, and slot-only narratives can travel fast online. Film showing contested catchability and blocking, as with Malachi Fields and Casey Concepcion, may matter because blocking can widen a rookie's snap path. Mock drafts are useful when they test a theory rather than certify a roster. Taking Jeremiah Love at 4.4 or using Jedarian Price as a flex can reveal whether a touchdown-first build leaves enough weekly stability elsewhere. Automated grades can miss that purpose entirely. One roster featuring Purdy, Puka Nacua, Christian Watson, Kittle, DJ Moore, and Goedert graded last in Draft Wizard, while the analysts liked the construction. A grade measures its model's preferences, not football truth. Still, alternate pick analysis provides a needed check. A projected 37-point swing from Price to Jameson Williams and 25 points from Goedert to Jordan Addison shows how a few choices can reshape an outcome. Projections remain estimates, yet they force managers to price opportunity cost. Kickers and defences belong late in most formats. The first kicker went in round 12, defences around rounds 13 and 14, and streaming options such as Houston, the Rams, and the Chargers fit the weight approach. Their year-to-year volatility makes early draft capital hard to defend. The running back dead zone now contains more committee bets than quiet workhorse values. David Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Quinshon Judkins, and Ollie Gordon-type profiles require a role-by-role question: who owns early downs, passing downs, the goal line, and the 2-minute offense? In New Orleans, Alvin Kamara is expected to miss at least a month with an MCL issue. Travis Etienne projects for heavier early down work and a primary early workload, while a healthy Kamara could return to situational, passing down, and red zone duties. That split creates immediate ATN opportunity and later ambiguity. Denver offers a similar role puzzle. Jonah Coleman gained preseason momentum through pass protection and receiving. J.K. Dobbins carries injury and passing down questions, and R.J. Harvey could matter around the goal line. The evidence supports uncertainty more strongly than it supports declaring a clean lead back. Auction managers can spend roughly 70% on 2 elite backs, such as Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs, especially in leagues starting 2 receivers and 1 flex. The payoff is elite weekly scoring. The cost is concentrated injury exposure and a receiver-thin roster. Handcuffs and cheap receiver depth become structural requirements. Houston's receiver picture changed sharply with Jaden Higgins' torn ACL. Dalton Schultz and Xavier Hutchinson may see more reliance, and Tank Dell carries cautious optimism, while CJ Stroud now has fewer proven options. More available targets do not automatically create efficient fantasy production, especially if the offense loses a valuable weapon. The Colts have their own congestion and health questions around Tyler Warren, Josh Downs, and Alec Pierce, while Keenan Allen brings route-running reliability and likely competes for volume. The immediate lesson is to avoid assigning every young pass catcher a clean growth curve. Carnell Tate's case rests on role. Tennessee needs him to operate as a genuine number 1 receiver, and Brian Daboll has a history of featuring rookie receivers. Preseason catch totals offer limited evidence if deployment points toward major responsibility. Fernando Mendoza's rookie impact ceiling depends first on playing time. A talented quarterback protected behind a veteran may be developing well while offering little award or fantasy impact. That is a clearer constraint than any abstract debate over talent. On defense, Sonny Styles has the strongest stated support among the rookie candidates, with Defensive Rookie of the Year odds around +800 to +850. Mansour Delane and Caleb Downs present different paths through corner and versatile nickel roles, while developmental prospects such as Arvell Reese carry more role uncertainty. Roster settings should drive draft strategy. In 3-receiver plus flex leagues, an early 2 RB start, followed by middle-round receivers such as Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, Roma Dunze, Jameson Williams, and Christian Watson can fit the math, with quarterback and tight end often available later. League rules also need room for correction. A 12-team salary cap dynasty that allows only 2 salary-relieving drops for 15 auction players can turn ordinary misses into roster paralysis. More drops with retained dead money preserves consequences while allowing functional roster management. And if a league keeps kickers and defenses, it should decide whether it values volatility as entertainment. The cited gap between roughly 187 points for the top kicker and 134 for kicker 15 shows some separation, yet weekly prediction remains difficult. Distance bonuses and missed penalties can create more intentional scoring. The useful edge is rarely a single metric or a draft room slogan. It comes from matching player roles, scoring rules, and opportunity costs before the clock starts. This is Podkey Fantasy Football. Trust the workload, price the uncertainty, and keep the board flexible. This episode was generated by Podkey. Create your own at podkey.fm.